Yo, what is happening, guys? Undisputed Vlogs, and today we are back with another Tom Macdonald reaction. He literally just dropped his new song, Fake Woke, which, you know, every single time I react to Tom Macdonald, I always assume, I was like, right, he's probably going to defend some people, and he's probably going to target some people, and that this is one of those ones, and I'm like, he's 100% going to do that. But, yeah, I don't even want to waste any time, so without further ado, let's jump right into it and see what Tom Macdonald is talking about today. Let's get it.
I think it's crazy I'm the one who they labeled as controversial, and Cardi B is the role model for 12-year-old girls. There's rappers pushing Xanax at the top of the billboard, but if I mention race in a song, I'm scared I'll get killed for it. It's backwards, it's getting exponentially dumb. It's more difficult to get a job than purchase a gun.
That's facts. That's actually facts. Like, in this day and age, like right now, especially with COVID, it is actually more difficult to secure a job than go out and buy a gun. Well, in America and the UK, we don't do that, you know. People in the UK, they use knives. But, yeah, no, in America, it's ridiculous. It's easier to acquire a gun than get a fucking job. It's ridiculous. But, yeah, he already called out Cardi B, and... okay, let's go.
Used to gay bash and murder his mom, and now he doesn't want fans if they voted for Trump. We're ashamed to be American. You should probably love it, cause you have the right to hate it and not get stoned to death in public. As children we were taught how to walk and talk, but the system wants adults to sit down and shut up. Cancel culture runs the world now, the planet went crazy. Label everything we say as homophobic or racist.
Facts.
If you're white, then you're privileged, guilty by association. All our childhood heroes got Me Too'd or they're rapists. They never freed the slaves. They realized that they don't need the chains. They gave us tiny screens. We think we free cause we can't see the cage. They knew that race war would be the game they need to play. For people to big teams, they use the media to feed the flame.
They so fake woke. Facts don't care about feelings. They know they won't tell me what to believe in. They so fake woke. Same old safe zones. They so fake woke. Facts don't care about your feelings.
Stop it after the chorus there. He said a lot of stuff. Oh my god. It's very true though, the way he says everything in this day and age, no matter what you say, is labeled either racist or homophobic, and it's very true. Obviously there's a lot of people that don't do that, but there's a lot of people that you say one thing and they'll label you racist or homophobic, whether it has anything to do with any of those conversations, but usually it actually doesn't. They label you as that, and then, like, yeah, he says that if you're white, and, like, basically if you're white and you're in a good position, you're automatically, like, not a target, sorry, you're automatically, like, the bad guy, if you get me, despite you not doing anything wrong. To some people, not all of them, but to a lot of people, they just assume, oh, you're in this position, I'm not, so fuck you, you know what I mean? So, he's saying a lot.
All these people screaming facts, but they fake woke. Hate their neighbor cause he wears a mask or he stays home. Has a daughter, but his favorite artist said he slays hoes. Picks her up from school, music slaps on the way home. Censorship's an issue cause they choose what they erase. There's a difference between hate speech and speech that you hate. I think Black Lives Matter was the stupidest name, when the system's screwing everyone exactly the same.
Oh shit.
I just want to spend Thanksgiving Day with food in my family, without being accused of celebrating native casualties. We got so divided, it's black and white and political. Republicans are bigots, libtards if you're liberal. There's riots in our streets and it's just getting worse. Y'all screaming deep on the police, y'all a genius for sure. They're underfunded already, they're way too busy to work. Order food and call the cops, see what reaches you first. Segregation ended, that's a line.
Ooh. Oh, we're only 2 minutes and 3 seconds in. Oh, okay. Order food and call the cops, see what gets to you first. Okay. Okay, Tom. He's saying so much right now, I'm just trying to take it all in. I don't know what to say. I really don't, Tom. Like, I just don't know what to say, honestly, every time I react to Tom. You know, he says so much stuff, I'm like, if I were to react to all this, I'd be sitting here for hours, like, you know what I mean? Like, he just says so much. Just continue, Tom. Just continue. Go.
Itself, that was a strategy to make us think they were trying to help. They knew that racism was hot if they designed it to sell. We buy up every single box and divide us ourselves.
They
That's true.
Fake woke. Facts don't care about feelings. They know they won't tell me what to believe in. They so fake woke. Same old.
This is good.
Safe zones. They so fake woke. Facts don't
to get peace and wonder why it isn't working. That's like sleeping with a football team to try and be a virgin.
Oh, that's good. It's the fact you say we use violence to create peace and then we wonder why it's not working. Well, yes. So many people think that. It's true. I've said it a million times, like, no matter how angry you are at somebody, don't get me wrong, there's times where, you know, people are violent towards me and I won't be violent back. You know, everybody loses their shit, but, like, no matter, if somebody's being violent towards you, especially if you're, like, fighting for something you believe in, being violent, it doesn't solve the issue, it doesn't create peace, like Tom just said. It doesn't create peace. Violence plus violence equals more violence. You know, it's that simple. It doesn't create peace. But it's the fact he said it's like sleeping with the whole football team to try and be a virgin. It doesn't make sense. That's what he said. It just doesn't make sense. Like, I understand you're angry. I understand. No matter what the situation is, I completely understand why you may be angry. Well, I don't understand from your perspective, but I understand that I would be pissed if I was in that position as well. But yeah, fighting violence with violence ain't the answer. It just creates more violence and doesn't create peace. And
Additions are for sale and someone always makes the purchase. But you and I cannot afford it. Our democracy is worthless. If a man has mental illness, call him crazy. Say it silently. When country's going crazy, we accept it as society. Get sick and take a pill. When the side effects get you high, you get addicted like these rappers dying fighting with sobriety. Censoring the facts turns our children into idiots. They claim it's for our safety. I'll tell you what it really is. Removing information that empowers all the citizens. The truth doesn't damage points of view that are legitimate. They're trying to change amen to amen and women. How'd we let them make praying a microaggression? Instead of asking God for the strength to keep winning, we cheat to get ahead and then we ask him for forgiveness. Feminism used to be the most righteous of fights, but these days it feels like they secretly hate guys. I don't trust anyone who bleeds for a week and don't die. I'm just kidding, but everything else that I said is right.
I'm not gonna touch that one. I'm not gonna touch that little ball right there. I'm not gonna. This is so catchy and it's just the best songs are the ones that are catchy. Of course, Nova did it. That actually reminds me, yeah, I listened to a few of Nova's songs. Nova, I don't think she released the album yet, I'm actually not sure, but I've definitely listened to a few of her singles. They are fucking fire. She is literally a female version of Tom Macdonald. Like, that's literally the best way to explain it. Female version of Tom Macdonald. Shout out Nova, obviously, every time for making these videos great. Shout out Tom. You know, I went into a few things, but goddamn Tom, you ain't fake woke, that's for sure. You really fucking woke. Holy shit. No, there was a few things he said where the camera actually cut off there. Why are you going mad? Right, sorry, the camera actually cut off there whenever I was talking about it. So yeah, no, reflecting on the song. Tom spoke a lot of facts. He said a lot of things about a lot of different things. I'm not going to say I agree with everything he said about, but I agree with most things. The whole thing, fighting violence with violence creates more violence, you know, I agree with that, because that, it doesn't, you know, make peace, so I agree with that. The whole feminism thing, agree, disagree, you know what I'm saying, like, I know what he means, that feminism started originally as women wanted to be treated equal to men, which it should be. We're now, a lot of them, not all of them, just to make that clear, not all of them, but a lot of them think that hitting men is the way to equality, and that ain't it, you know what I mean? Like, if you want equality, we gotta work together. If you're hating on us, we aren't gonna go out of our way to help you, you know what I mean? Some of them want the right thing, some of them want to be treated better, all this. But yeah, no, he said a lot of things, I agree with a lot of it. The politics, yeah, he said about how politics divides people. I'm one of those guys. If any of y'all watch my channel before this, like, you know, I have my opinion on politics, but I really don't care. I just kind of view it as, like, if there's a political group which agrees with me, fair enough, you know, I'll be like, yeah, go them, I guess, because I don't really care what I get, because I'm kind of just like, if you agree with me, well, then that's obviously what I agree with, but if you disagree with me, good for you, like, I don't have a problem. It's like, obviously, I don't live in America, so I don't deal with Democrats, Republicans, or whatever they're called. I honestly don't know. But I like both things of both sides. I dislike things of both sides, you know what I mean? But it's like, I know people, I'm not personally, you know, I'm British anyway, so it don't matter, but I'm not personally a Trump supporter. There's things he's done. He's definitely done good things, but obviously I just think he's a twat. In the end of the day, that's just my opinion. But I have a lot of friends that really support Trump, and I'm like, fair enough, you want to support Trump, you know, you do that. But yeah, no, the whole censorship, just before we cut off, the whole censorship, I 100% agree with people trying to censor each other. I agree that it shouldn't happen. Like, you should be able to say whatever you want, you know what I mean? I feel it like this. People have their own opinions. Everybody should be allowed to state that opinion, no matter how bad or good it is. It's like, you're always going to have people that are racist, you're always going to have people that are homophobic, you're always going to have people that will hate on other people for no reason. And I'll say this, right? People are always entitled to their opinion. If somebody wants to be racist, right, they have the right to be racist. I'm not saying I agree with it, but I'm saying they have the right to do that, and they face what backlash they get. It's like, if you want to be racist, you have the right to be racist, but you're going to receive backlash, and in my opinion, rightfully so, because if you're racist, I personally don't want anything to do with you because I don't agree with it. You know what I mean? But if you want to be that way, you can, but you may get in trouble, you may do this and that, and that's the repercussion for hating on people because of the colour of their skin, you know what I mean? So if you want to be hateful in that sort of way, you do that, but I don't personally agree with it, you know, but we don't have to agree. But yeah, I just wanted to say, there's a lot of things Tom said. I agree, I disagree on some things, but me and Tom don't have to agree on every single thing. You know, he has his opinions, I have mine. I agree some, I disagree some. I don't hate him because he said some things I disagree with, you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is, he has his opinion, but for the most part I agree with him. But yes, as always, Tom, well done. Another banger video. Well done, Nova, for the video. I don't even want to waste any more time because I've rambled on now. But yes, I've been Undisputed. Hope you all are staying positive and testing negative. Hope you all have an amazing day. Check out my social media links up below. And yeah, as always, I've been Undisputed, like I said, and I'll see you in the next one. So, peace.